There seems to be now, more so than there has been lately, division within Congress. Seems to be some bitterness. There's extremes in Congress that we haven't seen for a while. They're at odds with one another, pitted at one another. With the debt limit and what happened this past August, the idea that they couldn't get a deal done until the very last minute. It's bitter today, but I mean, there's been times in American history where it's been pretty ugly as well. So I don't know if things are cyclical or not. I wouldn't go that far, but I would definitely say that this isn't an isolated incident. Congress is at odds with each other. They're at odds with the president. Well, the first government, I guess, would be under the Articles of Confederation, right? So with our first Constitution, and that didn't work out so well, right? Because we came up with a second one. And that second one, in part, starts off with, to form a more perfect union, because there were a number of imperfections. And because of that, then we have our current one. So under the Articles of Confederation, no, things weren't working out well. But it wasn't all that civil.
I think for the most part, political behavior is generally civil, especially when you compare it to the past. If you look upon it in a historical perspective, the behavior of most politicians and even political activists are nothing like what they were 200 years ago or even 100 years ago.
The fact is, I think there's a great deal of incivility, rather. People are not listening to each other. People are not seeing each other's side much. I think the language is way too strong. Truth ought to be told as much as is possible. Facts ought to be told. And there really are facts. And whether my side's telling the facts or my side's not telling the facts, we ought to be able to say that. And when somebody pulls out a fact based on the data, that shouldn't necessarily be seen as a negative thing against the other person. We should all be able to work with the same facts.